to seeing how much you're going to grow as a team. So with no further ado, my name is Diana Nkiriote Gitonga, and I am the PNC Manager, the Acting Director of Vision Fund Kenya, and I am delighted to coordinate or facilitate this launch. And thank you so much for those who've been able to encourage me to do this. We want to remember Najda, one of us, and you know her, she's our training lead who is not feeling well, and she was currently blessed with twins. So she's been up and down, but we appreciate also the work she has been doing. I know she gives us the support. I just talked to her and I know that she's with us. If she joins in, she will be able to say hi, but she is with us if you don't hear her in the chat or in any communication. So with that, I want to move on to the vision bearer's remark. That is Madam CHRP Kuresha Abdullahi. So Madam Kuresha, if you're in, this is your moment. Welcome on board. Is Madam Kuresha in?
Perhaps we could have Frida begin because she's already in, as we give Madam Kuresha some time.
Thank you, Catherine, for that. So, Passion Profit, Madam Frida Owinga, welcome on board. Welcome to this launch, and we have very passionate mentors and mentees. I've not seen people joining so early than this team. I think we are in for a good ride. So
I've never seen people join that early either. I hope you can hear me well. I'm coming out of a cold, but very excited to be here. Well done, Diana. Well done to the entire team. TST 3.0. I have to keep remembering we're on 3.0 right now. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for being part of this great occasion. Thank you to the entire team that has made it possible for us to be here tonight. Training informs the mind, but mentorship transforms the journey. True leadership is not taught, it is experienced through connection, and that is what Transcend is all about. It's a privilege to be here with you today as we welcome Transcend 3.0. Yes, you're the third cohort, and 3 is the number of perfection. So we are looking to see great results coming out of you, just as we have seen with the TST 3.0 doing a fabulous job. When I first proposed this program to IHRM, it was because I saw a gap, not in training. IHRM has great training programs, which I'm sure you have attended, but it was on ongoing professional support. I was at a big event. There was over 1,000 people. I've never seen so many people in Mombasa at one time. And I wondered, what else could this organization do to these wonderful HR professionals who are so hungry for growth? And that is how the Transcend conversation began. We began with an honest assessment. We listened. What we heard was that many HR professionals felt unseen, they felt underappreciated, and also isolated. Transcend was born to change that narrative. From the very beginning, this program has been more about learning. It has been about rising above fear, rising above assumptions, asking questions to get clarity, and rising above comfort zones and taking a leap of faith. That's why we called it Transcend. You don't leave things the way you found them, you always make them better, and that's how you transcend. We introduced the 4P matrix: personal branding, profitable partnerships, productivity, and posterity. These 4 Ps guide this program, and every year as it gets to the next level, these are the 4 Ps that are the foundation of what we do at Transcend. I'm proud to say that Transcend is already creating ripple effects. I meet with alumni from cohort 1 who have risen in their careers. Some have changed their careers. Some have gone for PhD. They say something they had in their little group made them change their mind, made them think differently. So every spark matters. Every spark makes the fire brighter. Many still reach out for leadership guidance or to access networks. That's the true spirit of Transcend. We share, we reciprocate. We are a community where we grow together and we lift each other up. This program was made possible through the collaboration of IHRM, my wonderful friend that I call her boss lady, IHRM boss lady, the CEO, executive director. I think here you call her executive director. I call her boss lady. And I thank her for creating this space for us to serve in this way and to be the original steering committee. And the original steering committee was drawn from HR award winners. There is Grace Zula. I believe she's also still serving in TST 3.0. She was a double award winner that year. And there is Richard and Fruitful Flavors. And then there is also Damaris. So those are the three people that we started with the IHR team, and that team has grown today, as you're going to hear as we carry on in this program today. I salute all the masterclass leaders, many who have come from award-winning institutions to continue to give generously of their wisdom. To cohort 3, this is your moment. Embrace it fully. Be open, be bold, and most of all, be intentional. You are not just participants, you are pioneers in shaping the future of HR in Kenya and beyond. When we dare to transcend, we don't just rise, we lift others up with us. That is the legacy of meaningful mentorship, and I look forward to enjoying and celebrating your success. Thank you very much once again to TST 3.0, to Koresha, and to everyone who has made this possible. I can't forget Catherine Buru, who's always making sure we get the job done. Thank you to everyone, and back to you. I look forward to the rest of the evening. Thank you very much, Diana and Kirote. I give it back to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Madam Frida, always giving us nuggets to carry along our profession. That is one thing that I love about her. And she's always right on point. Thank you for your vision, and it has made us come this far, and it added bonga points to my current job. I'll never forget that. So thank you. Okay, good. Madam Kuresha, are you in?
Yes,
Catherine?
yes, Diana, I am right here.
Wow, welcome, my mentor.
Thank you.
Yeah, good. Welcome on board, Madam Kuresha. This is our amazing team, and I would not want to take even 1 minute from you. So the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Diana. Good evening, everyone. I think it is that one evening that we have all looked forward to. We are all very excited that we have not only transcended one twice, for the third time we are going to transcend. And as I listened to Frida, as she talked about this journey, if you look at how consistent we were, and transcend, as you've seen, we are offering it for free. And when I say for free, is that if you were to go for mentorship, you know, people charge per hour. The people who have made it to their career, that this is what I'm going to charge. But when Frida approached me, and it was just like as she said, when she finished her presentation, everyone wanted part of her. And that's when she said, we need to do something. And it took her and all the volunteers who showed up for us, Damaris, Richard, Grace, Irene, you know, like we had a whole HR professionals who just wanted to be part of this. And you see, when we call Frida Sandpepper, and at IHRM, we did not take her offer lightly. And within few days, we had a structured program based on the 4 P's she mentioned. We already had a theme, we had a tagline, and we have the mountain that we wanted to rise above. And many of you here who joined us as mentees and now as mentors, and even how you've improved your public repositioning. Diana, I think it is one of the experiences that you will say, this is what a well-structured mentorship will do for me. And our vision is just one. most of the time HR is neglected because we left behind. We are always shy, and as one of my leaders used to say, we come to the table, everyone speaks, and it could be a matter about HR, and instead of adding meaningful contribution, we say I concur. So our vision is, how do we stop concurring and ensure that we are the ones who are being concurred with, not the other way around. So this was, for us, it was just to create meaningful relationship, and also to tap into the seniors within the HR so that we have a cross mentorship. So, and thank you for everyone who has volunteered. I'm just looking at the numbers. When I was looking at my notebook, I was expecting 150 here. Maybe as you take the roll call, Madam Catherine, we will know what happens. But this is for us to build bridges, aspirations, and our objective, as we figured out, as you will notice, the Transcend Mentorship 3.0 took a different direction. We wanted to have a well-structured curriculum. We wanted to make sure that all the mentors have gone through a certain masterclass, same for the mentees, so that now when you fall back into your different groups, we are ready to build the next generation of HR professionals, because we must empower this generation, and we must show that we can take our spaces beyond just doing HR work. Because remember, our aim is to conquer the C-suite, and you can only do that when you can position yourself, when there is prosperity on everything you do, when you can brand yourself. And I loved what some of you who have just joined the mentorship as mentees have done on LinkedIn. And I was just smiling to myself, wow. So I assure you, it will not go in vain. And some of you will come out of this with a great story, to TST team who have volunteered to do this, to my IHRM secretariat who have sacrificed their evenings for this. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And I'm sure it's going to be 12 months filled with learnings, and every month as we come together and give you that structured master classes, all I desire to see is HR professionals rising above. We become thought leaders. And I've been thinking to myself, the way there is the finance, and then they have so many repositioned themselves, whether it's investment, whether you hear of there is the internal auditors, there is the investment. So the eighth wheel of HR, where do you fit well? And which one will you say I can run better with? And how will you present yourself as a mentee when you already meet in the next 3 or 4 weeks? You need to also have a structured way of looking at, this is where I've come from, and this is where we am going. We will walk this journey with you, and as long as passion profit is here, because Madam Sandpepper will push you until we deliver. And sometimes when we meet in such forums, I ask myself, is this the same person? Because she's so focused into their goal that no one can fail. Thank you so much, Frida and your team, for volunteering and for partnering with the HR professionals. You are a friend, indeed, a true friend. And I want us to give Frida her flowers through the reactions. We have so many successful HR professionals, but none of them has come through for us the way Frida did. So thank you. Thank you, Frida. Thank you, Passion Profit. We appreciate you. Asante sana. Back to you, Angela.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Madam Kuresha, for those words, for your acknowledgement to the team, to the mentors, and to the mentees. Let's all react and show our love to Madam Kuresha and Madam Frida. I know their session was to run to 7:10. If you have a question, feel free to also write in the chat. Thank you for those who are showing some love. We appreciate you, Madam Sandpaper and Kuresha, for always ensuring that the profession of HR moves to the next level on a year-to-year basis. Moving forward, I would want to invite the chair. If the chair is in, Catherine, confirm for me.
I would like
That's
to confirm that we might not have the chair, but we have his representative, that is Madam Beatrice B. She's the IHRM vice chairperson, and I understand she's already with us at this moment. So, Madam Beatrice B, if you're with us, kindly, the floor is yours.
thank you, Catherine.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes,
We
we
can't
can hear
see
you.
All right. My network is not quite stable, so kindly allow me if I turn on video. It might tamper with the quality of my sound. So please allow me to greet you all, everyone that is in this meeting. The keynote speaker, CHRP Vivian Perose Sisika, People and Culture Business Development Manager. Ms. Frida Owinga, the founder, Passion Profit. CHRP Kuresha Abdullahi, the Executive Director of IHRM. The Transcend Steering Team, distinguished members, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Beatrice B. Thank you so much. My name is Beatrice B. I'm the Vice Chairperson of the Institute of Human Resource Management. And this evening, I'm delighted to join you representing our national chairman, CHRP Philip Odero Dalmas, who was eager to join us, but due to unforeseen circumstances, is not able to join us. So I am going to make his remarks. And it is with immense pride and great excitement that I join you virtually today as we officially launch the Transcend Mentorship Program, Cohort 3. This moment marks more than just the beginning of a new cohort. It represents a growing movement of HR professionals committed to transformational leadership, collaboration, and mentorship. First of all, allow me to express our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed partner, Passion for Profit Limited. For the past 2 remarkable years, Passion Profit has worked this journey with us, steadfast in commitment, rich in innovation, and deeply invested in developing purpose-driven professionals. Your partnership has not only invested in developing, your partnership has not only elevated the quality of this program, but also expanded its impact across HR landscape in Kenya. Thank you for your unwavering dedication, for believing in the vision of Transcend, and for playing a truly pivotal role in bringing it to life. To the Transcend Steering Committee, your tireless dedication, strategic guidance, and passion for excellence have shaped this program into what it is today. Thank you for your exceptional work you continue to do behind the scenes. To our Executive Director, Madam Kuresha Abdullahi, we are grateful for your leadership, support, and the belief that investing in people is the highest form of service. Your commitment has been instrumental in bringing us to this point. Now to our newly inducted Transcend members, congratulations. You are chosen from a highly competitive pool of applicants, and your selection is both an achievement and a responsibility. You represent the future of HR profession in Kenya. I want to remind you that this is a privileged opportunity, and with it comes commitment. The Transcend program is carefully designed to deliver personal growth, professional mastery, and a lasting impact, but it demands your full participation. Attendance and active engagement are more mandatory requirements for your successful graduation. I urge each of you to be intentional, consistent, and fully present throughout this journey. Your presence here today shows your eagerness to grow, your willingness to learn, and your readiness to lead. As we launch Transcend Cohort 3, let us remember that mentorship is not only about receiving guidance, it is about creating legacy. Let us go forth to transcend limits, to ignite transformation and inspire a future-ready HR profession in Kenya. Thank you, and may Transcend 3 be our most impactful cohort yet. I now officially declare Transcend Mentorship Program Cohort 3 launched. Thank you so much.
Can you get some reaction? Thank you,
Oh,
Beatrice.
yes.
Feel free to
Asante
Thank you.
sana, asante sana.
Good. Let's get the reaction. I wanted you to get the reaction before you exit.
Okay, okay.
Good. Okay, close for us.
All right. So I just wanted to wish all the participants, the cohort 3 team, from personal level, I wish you all the very best as you begin your journey. We look forward to continuing with this legacy that has been started by the Institute and Passion for Profit. So this is a great initiative, and we believe that our profession is transcending to greater heights as well. All the best, and God bless you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Beatrice, and God bless you too. And thank you for your leadership. And we know that we have the right people in place. Thank you so much. And we are all reacting. I can see some, is it some vuvuzela? Some trumpets on the reaction. Thank you, team. Thank you, team. Let's keep the chat active. Wow, wow. What?
Yeah, it's very exciting to see what's happening in the chats right now, Diana. And the words that we've just received from the last 3 speakers are just inspiring. And I would just like to call someone to just appreciate the people who've just spoken. And that is Mr. Muya Mutangani, to just have a minute or two to say a word or two, because he is one of the people that we really do appreciate, and he can just unmute and say a word or two just to summarize and appreciate the guests and the people who've just spoken. Mr. Muya, are you there? Mr. Muya Mutangani? Maybe he's away from his mic. We can call him maybe later on after this session. So let us give it back to you, Diana, to keep the program running. Thank you so much. And also for the reactions. It's very exciting to see what's happening.
Hello, hello.
Oh, there you are.
Yes, I was having some difficulties with my mic.
Good to hear you back with us. You can be able to speak to us now.
Yes, thank you. One is, I'd like just to appreciate this great day. We all have been waiting for it. Here it is with us. And also to acknowledge what the chair has said and what the ED has said. For those who have joined as mentors, we do not take this thing for granted. It has something that has taken a lot of work to put into place, and much more so, it has also been a tremendous milestone in IHRM. This program, the only people I've heard doing it is the Institute of Personnel Management UK in Africa. I think we are the pioneers, and maybe the South African Institute. So all members who are here, take this opportunity. It changes careers. It drives your personal growth. It puts you in a pedestal where, as the AD has said, we don't say I concur. We also say I would like to add a perspective to that. I would like to understand why your statement says so. Would like to hear about what HR has contributed. Let us take it seriously. We commit ourselves. So thank you very much, Madam Beatrice B, representing the chair. Thank you very much, Chair, for the word of statements, and the ED and the team of Frida, Passion for Profit, and everyone. Welcome. Your journey to growth has just begun. Let's seize it. Do not lose an opportunity that is presented to you, and much more so without asking you for a single cent. I am a coach. I know what it means to coach. So when you're given an opportunity to be mentored, take it, and we look forward to seeing leaders of tomorrow. On a serious note, not the political leaders of tomorrow, HR leaders of tomorrow. So asanteni sana and karibuni. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bwana Mathangani, for taking that opportunity. We really do appreciate your words and your wisdom. So back to you, Diana.
Thank you so much for that session, for encouraging us and telling us the journey of growth has just begun. And that has led me to the next section where we are inviting our guest speaker of the day, who is none other than my mentor. And she has worked with me for the last 10 years since I started my diploma and currently having my MBA. So I am delighted, I am humbled to invite Madam Vivian Perros, who has been a recognized contributor to the HR profession through her knowledge in employment law and all the other areas of HR. So, Madam Vivian, my friend, if you are online, I
Hello,
see
good
you.
afternoon.
Good, welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm delighted to be here. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. And in terms of protocol, allow me to also recognize through our Vice Chair, Madam Beatrice B. Thank you very much for the wonderful opening remarks and officially chatting in. CHRP Kuresha, thank you for giving us this opportunity for us to be able to learn. Passion Profit Frida, I cannot say how excited again I am to see a beautiful cohort and people who are willing to learn. The fraternity of IHRM, thank you for your sacrifices that you've always been here just to share your wisdom. Coach, the two coaches, Mudangari and C. Richard, and again to the special people who've been invited here, the mentees and the mentors. My name is Vivian Perros. Currently, I'm the People and Culture Business Partner. I work for the Heritage and Liberty Group of Companies and by association, the Standard Group in South Africa. And I have been a mentor, and I am also most and highly delighted, and I can say, Diana, we've known each other for 10 years. And that's what today I will be speaking. I'll be speaking out of my heart. I know I've been able just to put here a little PowerPoint presentation just to be able to understand what are these integrities in terms of how do we build this meaningful relationship? How is it that me and Diana can be 10 years and we still call each other mentee and mentor? And is there something called reverse mentoring? How can we be able to ensure that this power of connectivity leads to growth, especially in terms of the HR fraternity? So as I start, I'd like us also to just write in terms of the chat. Okay, so my PowerPoint is telling us that we should look at the clouds. Sometimes they say we should aim for the clouds, but now we're being told the clouds is just not, it's just part of it. We should aim for something higher than the clouds. So we ask ourselves, where is this highest? What is higher than these clouds? And I'm hoping that that is what we'll be able to have conversation with. So in terms of the chat, I'd like us just to write, if you're a mentee, and I know you've gone through the masterclass, what are your expectations? What are your expectations in 1-2 words? What are your expectations by the end of this? Just put them in the chat. I might not be able to read, but I'll ask Diana to read for me. And then the first question you write, what is my expectation? You can write expectation, cha. Then, what is your role? If it's I'm a mentee, what is my role? I'm a mentor, what is my role? In 2 words, because that will be able to set us on the right trajectory. So I'll allow us just in terms of 1 minute for us to be able to type these words, because this is what, as I say, I'm speaking from the heart, but I also want you to speak from the heart. Diana, anyone who has been able to type? My apologies, I'm not able to see your chat as I present.
Yes. So we have Benjamin to be sharpened. That is, excuse me. Benjamin Maura has said, I want to be sharpened. Majiwa says, my expectation is improve my communication skills. Jasmine, personal growth in HR space. Joanne Auta, she says, expectation to connect and learn, to scale the height, to be someone who is teachable. I'm expecting to transcend holistically by the end of this mentorship. My role is to be intentional about my growth, to connect, share, and learn. There's so many, my goodness, to ignite my
I am so
professional growth.
happy. Thank you so much, Diana. And thank you for everybody who's been able to do that. Why am I starting on that note? Our trajectory is so that we can be able to understand that everyone here has an expectation. The mentee has an expectation. The mentor has an expectation. We are just in that space of how best are we going to become vulnerable to one another. So I've just been able just to gather, because majority of us could be starting in terms of our careers. And at our careers, especially in terms of HR, and some of us even could be well progressed. You have a manager. Whether you're an MD, you report to the board. If you're a manager, you report maybe to the exco heads. If you're in middle manager, to the top managers. If you're a junior supervisor, to the manager. If you're at entry level, to your supervisors. So what are their responsibilities? So of course, the managers, them they direct, or the leaders, they direct your work. And then in terms of that, they just focus on your performance. And they're very true to your performance. Some of them might even talk about your career. They'll just say, yeah, this is your performance, this is your career. How you do it is you. That's what managers are supposed to do. They will look at the hierarchy of command. Where are you at the hierarchy of the command, and give you work at the hierarchy of command. Then you'll have the sponsors. The sponsors are people who are around you. They will champion you. They're people who will able to build you. There are people who you can be able to read in terms of their insights in LinkedIn. These are sometimes, and people who can also give you confidence. Then there's the role of the mentee and mentor. Now, these are the people who will be able to give you support. These are individuals who are going to go out of their time and their space just to find out, where are you in terms of your professional development? What are your expectations and needs? Have you been able to document them? What drives you? What's your passion? Then again, we'll always say, how do we able to look out? And above all, something that I always say, a mentee and a mentor, we should be able to ensure that our confidence levels are put up. Then how, of course, we ask ourselves, how do we build this meaningful relationship? The first thing that I always say, even me being a mentee, I've been a mentee, I've been a mentor, and again, I am also being mentored. The first thing is always have an open mind. There are things that might be spoken to you, aspects that might be asked from you, and you might think this person does not even know me, or this person is judging me too harshly. When you enter into this space where you are, whether you are a mentee or a mentor, have an open mind. The other one is, again, we need to reflect in terms of our practices. Different HR professionals in different fields. If you're in education in a school, what you practice in HR, how you practice HR in a factory, how you practice HR in a bank. It is true what we call HR, but our practices could be different. How we give our offer letters, how we do our disciplinaries could be different. So it gives us an opportunity to look at, how am I practicing and which is the best. Sometimes we say some of these practices, it's not one shoe fits all, but all these shoes should all be aligned to the law. So again, you just have a time in terms of reflecting, which industry am I at, and how best am I supposed to be able to engage in terms of my practice. Then there's the issue of flexibility. Here, of course, I know we are time constrained in terms of our 1 year, which I really appreciate. It's curriculum-based, which is very good. But then again, in terms of flexibility, you and your mentor should be able to find, sometimes time constraint comes in, but then how flexible are you to learn? So again, that is just in terms of how are we building this and how will we be able to be flexible? It's just a time for us to learn and change. And it happens. Change happens in different times. You could get promoted, that's a change. You could change a job, that's a change. Someone could be retiring from your company, that's a change. Someone could be terminated in your company, that's a change. So once you will be able to have these conversations with your mentor, and the different times you'll be able to learn and be able to change. Again, in terms of just how am I being a mentor, what am I going to learn, is in terms of listening skills. There's the book that Mark Sinex, in his book, What is My Why? He's always says, please listen to understand. There are these people who speak, then keep quiet, then expect you to finish a sentence. But when you're a mentor and a mentee, please have conversations to the end. Don't allow one person to finish the sentence because sometimes communication can get distorted. So here, please have good listening skills and good hearing skills. Then, of course, there's something called empathy. We all come from different spaces, different times. Today, you could be in a happy day. Tomorrow, you do not know, maybe you've had a conversation of a bereavement. When you hear a conversation of a bereavement, definitely you will not be at your level best. Or maybe that time you could be going through a very rough time. There are deadlines, and yet you need to have a mentor. That's the time you have scheduled. It's important that both parties have empathy. Then, of course, we'll always say have a helping hand and a helping attitude, meaning that sometimes you can feel you're overwhelmed. It is not so wrong to take a break. Breathe in, breathe out, and ensure that you help one another. Then, of course, at the end of this all, there's a trophy here that we're saying that you're going to be effective practitioners. What currently I'm portraying here, I was just able to pick a few of these pictures and we ask ourselves, so if I'm going to be an effective mentee, how am I supposed to dress? How am I supposed to sit? So I'll just share it from you. The first people you can sit there are people who are sitting having a cup of coffee and that they are actually having mentee-mentor relationship. The next part, you could find people actually sitting together. The two gentlemen are having a one-on-one conversation. Then the next one is in a hospital whereby it's an older doctor mentoring a younger doctor. And then there's the other one who's also older. And this mentorship mentee comes in different ways. I really like what Transcend has done. Ours is very structured. We know our entry and you're going to know our endpoint. But in between, how we are supposed to carry ourselves, how we are supposed to communicate, and how we're supposed to achieve this come through the drive of our relationship. The first one is, I'm very happy that you're going to have scheduled meetings. So these scheduled meetings, please reach out. Sometimes, yes, you could have a calendar event and someone does not remember. Please reach out, whether you're a mentee or a mentor. Sometimes they say it's the mentee to reach out to the mentor. Sometimes also challenge mentors. Please reach out to the mentees because it's in terms of empathy. Then the way I was saying, it's very important, and I know you've gone through the master classes, and at my beginning, I had asked, what are your expectations? Please set the goals to review with your mentor. Write them down. We always believe if you have a problem and you write it down, you have solved a quarter. You speak about a written problem, you have solved half the problem. Similarly in mentorship, as we start, please set up your goals, set out your expectations clearly, 2-3 of them in whichever way. Then have these regular checks in, which I'm very happy that Transcend has been able to have. Ensure that in this conversation, and that's now where I'm going to touch, what are the off-limit conversations? In our journey for 1 year, we will become friends. When we become friends, we need to understand where our boundaries are. One of the boundaries I always tell people, financial, mentee and mentor. Please do not ask each other for money. because money is a source of our joy and money can be our source of our pain. So when it comes to finances, oh, I have this challenge, I have this burial, please let's just avoid financial obligations or kindly give me 3,000, I will refund you, I do not have. Those are kind of those conversations I always say, please have them off limit. Why? Because we've already set our goals. And then, of course, even in terms of our interaction, the day we'll ever agree, let's again have a physical meeting. What I always say, please be formal. I know it can be formal, it can be smart casual, but please be formal because fast interactions mean a lot to both of you. So when you are meeting, even if it's a meeting for half an hour, a tea, coffee meeting, someone's office, please be very formal in terms of how you dress, how you communicate, and how you carry yourself in terms of those conversations. Then, of course, when you're having these meetings, have an agenda. Have an agenda and have questions. Because what do we look at in terms of mentee and mentors? I've been able to put a few questions here, just in terms of our conversation. So the first one, of course, is in terms of our objectives. Our objectives clear. When I'm coming here to be mentored, when I give myself to mentor, what do I want to offer this person? When this person comes, what are they offering to learn? Are they comfortable to ask me tough questions? And what would I want them to ask me? Am I able to listen? Most of the challenges that and I have, and Diana here is actually, I'm very happy she's my mentee. She asks me any questions, both in terms of HR, professional, and then in terms of practice. Like, for example, it could be a performance issue. Someone is not performing. Yes, you could have everything written in a policy, but there are some things that are in a gray area. It's not so wrong to just take up your phone and chat with your mentee. It could be a termination issue. It could even be a leave issue. Feel free to have these conversations in terms of, are you comfortable to ask them? And at what time? Then, of course, you'll give them some time because maybe they could be engaged in something else. Then in terms of learning new ideas, both of you should be able to open up, the mentee and the mentor. The mentor, yes, could have experience in the field, grown in the field, but the mentee also could have been exposed either through reading or through practice. So in terms of having questions, please feel free to ask those questions. Then there's the issue of vulnerability. When I was asking you, what are you willing and what are your expectations? You have to be willing to be vulnerable. You have to be willing to say, I have, my strength is maybe communication, but I am not very strong in terms of prioritizing my work, or I am not very strong in report writing. You have to be vulnerable to open up to be assisted. Because if you close yourself up, how will the mentor know? Then there's the issue of feedback. Feedback comes in different ways. There's some people who give constructive feedback, only positives. And there's some people who will give you feedback, both negative and positive. But how we give feedback, and I'm requesting both the mentees and the mentors, have it in a constructive way. Have conversations whereby you can be able to have a conversation in a feedback that does not put one person down, because knowledge is shared and not everybody has all the knowledge in the world. So we always learn from one another. And then there's the issue in terms of commitment. We have been told that we'll be here for 1 month. I am kindly requesting that we commit for the next 1 year to be in this program until the end. I have been in places and also in mentorship programs where we start with a lot of fire. Then in between, we tally down and then we are not able to finalize. If you're here in this call, please find it within yourself to ensure that we finalize up to the end. And the way we have been challenged, that this cohort 3.0 should be able to put the pace for all the other mentorship cohorts that will be coming. So what are the do's and don'ts in terms of having conversation? Let me start with the don'ts. The don'ts is being passive. Madam Koresha has told us that if it's in a meeting, you say, I concur. When it's mentee and mentor, you should be able to listen, but don't be passive. Ask questions. If you're not, please understand. Another thing is always, please do not be late. And because when you're late, you can be a bit disorganized. Please be on time. Put calendar invites if you have to. And then, of course, when you are having this conversation, be in a comfort zone so that whenever you're having this conversation, your mind is at peace. And then, of course, what do we say that we should be able to do? Be respectful. Be respectful to your colleagues who are in the same cohort, because all of you are in a different place, but you want to journey together. You will be able to teach one another. You'll be able to have conversations in terms of what you are. One of my mentees, he's always, by the way, I mentor both ladies and gentlemen, but I have more men that I mentor, especially in the universities and colleges, than ladies. And I always mentor about 4 to 5 so that I can give personal touch. In terms of having these conversations and teaching, they would always come and tell me, I heard you did this, but I don't think that is right. You should be able to do that. They challenge me. So of course, we always look in terms of opportunities to learn from the different mentors and different mentees. Then again, in terms of us as we start, I would like you to put your CV. You see the way your CV is at right now, print it. Then in terms of your mentorship and in terms up to the end, I'd like you again, I'm hoping and I'm praying that we'll be able to revamp our CVs, because our CV is our tool of trade. It's something that can be able to speak into us. And we have a CV and you have a resume. Print whichever that the correct English word that you use. Print your CV as it is right now. Then, as we go on, start updating it. And when I speak about your CV, I also speak about in terms of your LinkedIn profile, how you put yourself out there, because you will be the face of the Transcend. So that we want to see your before and after. And we want us to challenge ourselves. Where was I at the beginning? And where am I at the end? Because it really will help us. I cannot overemphasize in terms of communication skills. So communication skills is whereby majority of the time the mentee will ask you a question as a mentor. Then of course, when the mentee or the mentor responses, it's also very important to reinforce the desired attributes and attitudes. In terms of reinforcing, you can paraphrase the words. If you have not heard the question, it is not so wrong to tell them, kindly repeat, or did I hear you mention this? Can I be able to do this in this other way? So those are ways in terms of how our communication skills can be enhanced. As we enhance them here, we also enhance them at our places of work. And always, please remember to take notes, even if it means to go and buy yourself a beautiful notebook with a pen and you write Transcend 3.0 and start the journey of journaling or just taking notes. But this will be able to assist you. Where am I at? Where have I been able? 4 months down the line, take that book from the beginning of the page. What have you been able to write and what have you been able to do? By having these conversations, we build trust. And I'll also share my experience here. I am here today because someone has trusted me to have conversations with you. Diana presented my biography to IHRM. IHRM had trust that I can be able to come and speak to you. For all of you who are here, I'm requesting that we build trust on one another. And how do we build this trust? Number one, of course, it's respect. Number two is following our guidelines and procedures as HR practitioners. We will undergo very many things, very many challenges, and sometimes we'll even ask ourselves, are we in the right scope? But please follow your policies in the organization, follow the law. And sometimes if you're not very sure of what to do, it does not hurt to reach out to your mentors and mentees so that you can be able to feel to uplift and build our trust. Then, of course, it's also important that we can be able to have concerns in terms of where we are. And then in terms of demonstrating, the future for all of us comes by building this trust. If, for example, you hear one of the mentees has not been able to, or they can even be able to drop out, if they've been able to drop out and you can be able to reach out to them, it is also important. But it's also more important that you build that trust, because these relationships that we build is what will take us 3, 4 years, 5 years down the line in terms of where we are. To the mentors who are here, welcome to the journey of mentors. All of us as mentors, we were once mentees. 16 years ago, this is my 16th year in HR. 16 years ago, someone held my hand, whether I was a human resource of a HRO. I started as a HRO. Someone held my hand as a HRO, and I was a HRO. Then I went and I became an admin and an admin assistant. Then I became a HR manager. Then I went to become employee relations. Where is my strength? Employee relations is because I worked in a trade union, and I also started dealing with trade union issues, and I started going to court. How was I helped? Someone held my hand, and at that time, I didn't even know that person is my mentor, and there were no good programs like these ones. But I could call that person and tell them, I have this case. I have the union people. I have this CBA, and this CBA has ABCD, and I feel it is not right. And they'll tell me, yes, it is not right. Let's relook at it. What are the demands of the union? And this person was mentoring me. Right now, as I speak, he works in Safaricom and is the head in Safaricom. And when we started, he was just a manager. And I was a HR officer. And he has held my hand for 16 years. So I can assure you, it could, like us, just start by asking questions. But we have walked this journey. There are times I have fallen off. There's time he has fallen off. But then again, we just find a way. So once in a year, we have deliberately said at the middle of the year, we always have lunch. Just lunch. Wherever we are, we can go and just have chapati madondo somewhere. We sit and we eat and we laugh. So again, in terms of this mentee and mentor expectation, just ensure that this is a process where we'll go. And sometimes you always think as a mentor, it can be like an interviewing process. Not really. It's more of a training process. It's more of a coaching process. And then in terms of our learning, in terms of a mentor, for the mentors who are here, to the mentees who are here, this is also a way to learn and teach. So we will teach internally and externally. Internally, meaning in our cohorts. Externally, in terms of our places of work. Shine. Shine, tell them I'm in Transcend 3.0. Currently, I am a mentor here and I have 3 mentors. As a mentee, shine. That is also, I'm being taught. I'm being taught in Transcend 3.0 and I'm able, because why am I emphasizing this? These are lifelong lessons where we learn today and they shall be able to continue. As I wind up, I always say, please remember that in terms of this, we have all been given an opportunity, especially for the mentors, an opportunity to hold the hands of the mentees to be successful. For the mentees, you have been given an opportunity to be held hand by your mentors to be successful. And I have a rider because I'm in HR. And I know that sometimes we can have mentee and mentors, but we are not guaranteeing success. We are saying success is 2 ways, that we should be able to learn, but we shall hold each other accountable. And if we hold each other accountable, we should be able to learn and look at things differently. Because as it is said, that I hear and I forget. I see, I remember. When I do it, I understand. See one, do one, teach one. And that's the spirit of mentorship. I beg to finish there. Thank you very much.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, my friend Vivian. I am so humbled to have you on this platform and to be part of the launch. I am excited and thank you so much for the insightful pointers you've given us. And I know the team is reacting. Wow. Thank you, Vivian. Elaborate presentation, beautifully put. They're giving you your flowers. They're cheering you on. Good. Okay. She has kept it on time. Asante sana, Vivian. Blessings, insightful. Thank you, Vivian. That's on the chat. Wow, that was so insightful. Thank you, and may God continue to bless you. Thank you for the wonderful journey we've had together. And I wish you nothing but the best. And she's glowing, she's flourishing in her career as well. And thank you for holding my hand as my mentor. And I think I really wanted her to come so that it becomes so inspiring for the rest of you to know what mentorship can do for you. Thank you, Madam Vivian.
Thank you, Diana, and I'm so happy also. For the people who are not, me and Diana go way, way far back, and it's a journey. And I'm also happy for the ones who are here. I know I might not be in this cohort, but I'm more than happy to step in when I'll be called in. And Diana, congratulations for this. I am so happy and thrilled to see you here.
Thank you. Okay, good. So we can move on
Thank
to our.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
Catherine.
you. Yes, we have very many people just appreciating what Vivian has just done this evening. And I think it has set the tone for this particular program today. And I see Madam Kuresha also telling her that that is very powerful and elaborate. And when one speaks from experience, it always sticks. Asante sana, Madam Vivian. And that is from Madam Kuresha. Everyone else is just saying fantastic job. And then we have one who has just reminded me of this meme that is going around on what a confidence booster. And of course, she exactly has delivered on that. So thank you so much, Madam Vivian. I think we've interacted before somewhere in one way or the other, and it is quite interesting to see how far you've come, and also to appreciate that you're bringing your experience of mentorship into this platform. So thank you so much once again, and thank you for keeping time. I really love where we are at with time, Diana, so perhaps we can keep going.
Okay, thank you, Catherine. Thank you so much for the support. You guys, this is my first time I'm doing this. I always like saying things very honestly so that even the others who are shy can know that they can also do it. Catherine, thank you. So for the next part, we are going to invite, is it Richard, who is going to take us through the program overview? Is that correct, Catherine?
Yes,
And
next we
Yeah,
will have Richard.
the 1 year.
Yes, we do have Richard next, and I think this
Okay,
is the
good.
core of the program, because this is where we
Yes.
really want to get deep to understand what it's all about. And I believe that Jill and Richard are going to take us through that. I believe this is where we'll also have a lot of questions, and the chat is open. Let us keep it lit so that we are able to answer them as we go along instead of waiting until the end just to save on a little bit of time. So yes, we'll have Richard next, and I believe he's going to also lead the room as always. Karibu sana.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Richard J. Magoma, a HR professional of more than 13 years. In absentia, CHRP Odera Philip Dalmas, represented by the vice chair, that is my good friend Beatrice B. Madam Executive Director, Madam Boss, that is. Sandpaper, Frida Owinga, the team lead of Passion for Profits. Our MC, Diana, council member, my good friend Madangani, good evening. I have been given 15 minutes to tell you what the program is all about. The program, Transcend, is all about developing exceptional leaders in the HR space. It was conceived 3 years ago. We are in Transcend 3.0. Transcend, it was born by us being challenged when it was accepted as a project of IHRM and Passion for Profit. I can remember some people challenging us, give us synonyms for Transcend, give us the values. So Transcend is about going beyond. Transcend is being exceptional in what you do. Transcend is breaking barriers. And that is what the intention of Transcend mentorship program is. It is an initiative that is meant to transform your belief system, your value system, your thought processes, your schools of thought, your ways of doing things. And the purpose is to develop leaders, of course, to promote excellence, to drive peak performance, and it is targeted to HR people who believe in impact-driven. You are not the kind of HR who is only there to be told to bring sugar, to pray. We are here to create impact. You are here to be at the table where you cut the cake. You cut the cake so that you are respected. And it is structured in such a way. In fact, as we have progressed over the years, we have become more structured, more methodical, more meticulous, and we function under 4 Ps. And one of the Ps that we are going to start, and tonight we have my good friend, Miss Modoni Njoroge. She's going to tell you about what is personal branding is, how you create a name so that people speak in a particular way when you are not in the room. Remember, personal branding is not what you think about. It is what people say when you leave the room. What do people say? Are you contributing? Are you collaborating? Are you communicating? Are you synergizing? Are you creating value? Are you creating?
Mama.
Rosalind Chelimo, I think you can mute.
Rosalind.
The other is creating profitable partnerships. How do you create strategic partnerships that will elevate you as a professional to another level of performance? How do you create linkages so that you become better? Yes, you can be better by doing things alone, but you become double, tenfold better when you have profitable partnership. The third P is productivity. We are in the era of measuring productivity. We are in the era that it is deliverable. It is not presence. It is not you being in the room that counts, because you could be in the room and using the owner's Wi-Fi to apply for jobs. We want you to be engaged so that you are able to be productive, you are able to be proud of what you're doing. The last P is posterity. I was in a summit where we spoke about legacy businesses, legacy names. Do you want to be, how do you want to be remembered? In fact, the other day I was in a program where somebody was asked during the interview, supposing you were to die today, what could you want to see at your tombstone? What do you want written on your tombstone? Those are the 4 Ps, ladies and gentlemen, that will drive our mentorship program. We have said personal branding, which is the first P. We have said profitable partnerships, that is strategic engagement with people who are going to help you develop in terms of professional development, people who are going to help you advance in terms of your career. And of course, the last P is posterity. It's about your legacy. How do you want to be remembered in terms of impact? And we have masterclasses. I'm sure Jill will come and elaborate on that. So the objective of personal branding, ladies and gentlemen, is to build a unique, personal, powerful professional image. When I go, or whenever somebody goes to your LinkedIn, what do they get there? What messaging are you sending using social media presence? Because social media presence is something that we need to use as professionals. Some of us have opened their LinkedIn, and I'm sure Ms. Modoni will talk about, and they have never visited those places. How do you build a professional brand using the technological apparatus we have? So the key areas will be value proposition. How do you create value proposition? Because we are so many HRs, and how do you create a value proposition that is competitive, that makes you put the first foot in the door so that you can be hired if you are applying for a job. Then do you have a mission statement? You will be coached, you will be mentored on to write a mission statement. What is your strategic personal brand? It is not a question of just, I have a brand. What is the reason? You know, when you say that you have a brand, what are the strategic ends of that personal brand? I was talking with somebody in the morning that strategy without direction will lead to frustration. So if you want to frustrate yourself, forget about strategic personal branding. Then I've spoken about social media. How do you use your Facebook? How do you use your LinkedIn? How do you use your Instagram so that you can be able to elevate your professional standing? How do you network? How do you create relationships using social media so that you can become a brand to be reckoned with, to be remembered? Then, of course, personal branding, and I'm sure Ms. Modoni, my friend, will talk about it. You have to be a good public speaker. You have to be a person who knows how to communicate, if it is budgeting, if it is standing in front of people giving a presentation. Do you articulate things clearly? Do you articulate things concisely so that you can convince people? Also, personal branding is about how is your executive presence. Remember, you can be very good in technical skills, but then flop in your executive presence. So go research and know in your groups, various groups, fantastic groups, marvelous groups, go and understand what is my executive presence. Then the outcome of personal branding is all about creating a personal brand, which has clarity. And of course, visibility is what you should. We do not want to have professionals who say, I am your silent follower. I am an introvert. Yes, you can be an introvert and use your introverted personality to change things. So we are not going to have people who just have excuses why they are not visible. The other thing, the other P, it is about productivity, maximization of your time. It is well known that time is money and time is of essence. How do you use your time? Madam Kuresha has mentioned that our sandpaper is a highly focused. My friend, yes, if I tell you that she's focused, if she pins you down, you have to bring the results. There are no two ways about it. Can you become? She's a global speaking brand. She gets invited all over the world to go and speak. Why? Because she believes in productivity. We have to see what you're causing, your performance. So you have to know in your groups, how do I set the key performance indicators? What are my SMART goals? Are they specific? Are they measurable? Are they accurate? Are they realistic? Are they timely? Because having goals without having a time to them is an equivalent of wishful thinking. So you have to create SMART goals. If it is communication you want to improve, what is it that you want to improve in communication? If it is your presentation skills, what do you want to improve in your communication, your presentation skills? That is what we're talking. You must attach certain measurable indicators to what you want to achieve. When you go to your groups, decide what you want to achieve within a particular time. So how else do we prioritize? How do we manage things that are competing interests? Because your boss will come, give you work, another boss will come, give you. How do you communicate? How do you navigate yourself out of that situation where you're given a lot of things? How do you communicate? How do you navigate those landmines? The other thing is, what are the digital tools that you can use so that you can become a performer? Right now, we are using Zoom. What are you using to manage your time? Do you have Google, where I'm sure my good friend Perose has mentioned it. So you have to have good habits when it comes to performance. Time management is the greatest indicator of a good professional. The way you keep time, you will be respected because it shows that you have courtesy for other people. The other thing about productivity, or in your group, what you're going to understand is stress management. Burnout. How do you manage burnout? How do you manage things that become constraints mentally, spiritually, intellectually? occupation, how do you manage? That is very important. And how do you collaborate? Yeah, now we are going to say that productivity is achieving peak personal performance by collaboration, by synergizing, by building partnerships that help you. How do you work with your colleagues? How do you delegate so that you can become better, so that you can shine? It's not a question of doing mundane things, the usual things that do not add value, things that cannot be measured. The other P is it postility or what? Postility, it is about leaving a lasting impact, legacy. And this is where now you've heard that Vivian Perosa has mentored Diana to become what she is. In fact, if you see Diana conversing that this is her first gig in emceeing and manage, it takes a lot of courage. When you have a structure like this, it creates confidence in you. It internalizes confidence. You do greater things. So you can imagine she was in the second cohort and she put a lot of energy into it. In fact, I used to admire Diana and soon to be Professor Dr. Najida Khan. They used to be passionate. They used to have a lot of energy. And here they are. They are leading initiatives. They are leading projects. That is what this program will give you. Those are the benefits it will give you. So we also, we are here also to talk about what kind of wealth are you going to create, because you are not here to just work for free. You're here also to create certain wealth. You plan your estate, you plan your professional, how you're going to disengage from your, retire. How do you retire? Because you will retire at some point. You will have the knowledge. Then, of course, we need HR people who are socially responsible, HR people who believe in corporate social responsibility. What are you doing for the community where you are? What are you involved in? Are you visiting homes? Are you doing things to develop young people in colleges, in universities? How do you want to be remembered? And the most important thing about postility is documentation. We don't want to hear from your mouth. No, we want to see it documented. Pictures, videos, using social media so that we can be able to inspire people. HR is a profession, a noble profession. It's a noble profession because it takes care of human beings. And that is important. I think I had skipped profitable partnership. Let me repeat it. It is building networks. We are always told that your network is your net worth. Some jobs are not announced. It is like somebody comes to Madam Kuresha, give me 2 people for this job. Give me 3 people for this job. Madam Frida, give me CVs. Some jobs will not be seen in newspapers and radios and other forms of advertisement. It is refer me because it is more stronger. It is more believable because people do business with the people they believe. I can tell you for free that people always do business with the people they trust. Business is about trust. Professional development or professional engagement is about trust. It's about the rapport. It's about being effective. So it's how do you build rapport? I normally see people asking, I go to networking events, I pick cards, and then after 2 weeks, the fire fizzles out. What are the strategies for me to keep this relationship going? So in your groups, you're going to read books, you're going to read articles. Please read, because we are told leaders are readers. If you want to be good in your rapport or building connection, and remember, partnerships is not about collecting numbers, it's about creating connections. By the way, if you go to the bank, the first person you meet is not even the security person, is the relationship manager. So how do you manage your connections so that you can get better return on investment? How do you set mutual goals? Because the relationship you're going to have with your mentor and mentee is all about mutual goals. The mentee wants you to be able to fill in the gaps that you have so that they know they have invested their time and other resources to make you a better person. So what is the return on investment with the person you have created a relationship? So also, mentorship is not a walk in the park. Mentorship is not a walk in the park. It's not going to be easy because where there are human beings, they will always see things with different glasses. You've seen our sandpaper has red looking glasses. I have brown, and probably I have a different color of things. You are going to have differences. How do you solve those differences? So it is all about creating a win-win relationship. How do you create a win-win relationship? I am sure my methodical friend, and when I say methodical, very meticulous friend, is going to come and give you more numbers. She's going to talk about the master classes that we're going to have. I think we're going to have around 4 master classes in a month, and you have to attend. There's a register. You've been told that we will be checking the register at the end so that we cannot have people who come to the meeting space and they disappear into the Amazon forest. You're going to have weekly group discussions, but we allow for creativity, we allow for divergence so that you can become better. So we are also going to, I'm sure she's going to talk about progress reports and mentorship and peer learning. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Richard J. Magoma. It has been a wonderful pleasure talking to you. I am sure Catherine is going to send you the syllabus so that you can thoroughly comb it and understand what you're supposed to be doing, so that this, personally, I can also give a testimony. I have gained a lot of things by relating very well with IHRM. That is profitable partnerships. I have completely gained a lot things I could not have gained had I isolated myself, being so critical instead of helping. And this program, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever forget about the 4 Ps, it is about sacrifice. Sacrifice your resources, sacrifice your time, sacrifice your energy. Lastly, never miss an opportunity to miss an opportunity. This is an opportunity that you have been given, and I'm going to repeat it. I said previously that opportunities sometimes dress in overalls, and in most cases, people jump them and then they regret. There are people who will give this program a wide berth and not become very productive. But when they see you shining at the graduation and you becoming better because of these 4 Ps and learning a lot and getting a lot of perspectives from other people and learning from different schools of thought, you become better, you become confident, you become incisive, you become, I've seen somebody say he wants to become highly sought HR. Ladies and gentlemen, it is better to prepare for an opportunity and not have it than have an opportunity and not prepare. Thank you so much, and God bless. Over to you, Diana, so that you can welcome them.
Thank you, Mr. Magoma. Always a pleasure to hear you, always a pleasure learning from you. Jill is our next, is going to handle the next session, where we are going to be talking about the structure and the reporting and evaluation leading to graduation. Jill, if you're in.
Yes, I'm in.
Great, and the floor is yours. Welcome on board.
Oh, thank you so much, everyone. All protocols observed. I am very, very excited to hear all the wonderful speeches. Every time I join a cohort, I'm just inspired by the progress that I have seen personally, both professionally and in my personal life. And it's a call to give that gives you more than you give out. So for me, like Diana, I am not very good at front end work. It's the first time I've been serving as a steering committee for 3 years, but I never speak. I prefer being the back end of things. But I'll do my best to maybe just highlight. We are the people who we say qua ground so that the mentors really understand what it's going to take. When you come to master classes, it's very inspiring. But what I've seen over the years, it takes more than just a spark of inspiration. You have to be very intentional about the time that you are willing to give, both as a mentee and a mentor, and just plan your life around ensuring that you give this 100% so that you get the maximum output out of it. I wish I was as inspirational as Richie, but I'll learn. I'm also being mentored on being a corporate speaker, but I'll take you through now the back end, the groundwork that you need to do. In this cohort, we are going to really focus on giving a lot of responsibilities for mentors, because we understand that with them being the backbone of this program, a lot of insight and foresight need to come from the mentor. So just as a high level, we expect you to share your guidance. We expect you to be at the forefront of attending masterclasses so that when you enter the masterclass, at least you ensure that your team is on board. So we'll be checking attendance of the mentors and their mobilization of their teams to attend masterclasses. We'll be checking on individual mentees. So there are tools that we will give the mentors and the mentees to just give us feedback at the end of each meeting, at the end of each interaction between their groups, so that we are able to also capture data that helps us inform and improve the program as we progress. We'll also be like the fly in the wall in your mentor-mentee meetings. So we saw a lot of growth in that. There was evolution in groups inventing their own meetings. So it would be flies in the wall in your meeting, so to also learn what works and what we can also use to improve the program. And in this cohort, we will heavily focus on checking that we are consistent in checking attendance of both mentors and mentees, as I've mentioned, and progress reports. So unlike other cohorts, the tools were not, they were very ambiguous. So we've tried to structure it in a way that it's easy for you, because we understand that if in a month you're supposed to attend a masterclass, you also have your group in coaching sessions, it becomes a bit hectic for you to juggle everything. So we've tried to create a tool which is not restrictive. It allows you to also innovate around it, so that you give us accurate feedback of how your mentoring process is going. This does not take away the responsibility of the mentor to pursue their own developmental goals. So even the mentees, will be able to give us reports on how they are doing in their programs, and these tools will be also availed to the team. So we have masterclasses, we have monthly meetings, we have quarterly reflections. So we will be expecting at the end of each quarter, maybe the mentors and their mentees will be giving us an overview of that quarter, so that we are better able to plan for the next quarter. And then there'll be check-ins. On our side, we shall be offering support. One of the things that the reporting team, which is not just me, we have a team of dedicated professionals, Dr. Susan, we have Dr. Imran, we have Irene, we have people who will be at the back end. So in the event as a mentor, you have an incident and you need support in terms of just even coordinating your group, you'll get that support. We shall be doing at least a monthly check-in to ensure that the group health is okay. And in the event something is needed, then we'll be there on standby to support. Of course, with the key backbone support of IHRM. And we will expect that the mentor at least takes initiative to reach out. This can be on call or WhatsApp group or email to all the mentees at least a month and once in a month. And in the event that you find that there are challenges around that, at least we nip it in the bud and we help you maybe bring the group back on track. So one of the key things that will really be expected of you is doing the reports. It's attending the meetings and doing the reviews and sitting together with us to just ensure that your mentorship journey and the mentoring journey is as smooth as possible. So for me, I'm more of Excel and data. So you'll probably just see a lot of the metrics being plotted out, and then we will be discussing that on an ongoing basis. And that's all for me. So thank you so much, everyone. Over to
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jill. That was quite a presentation. And before you, we just had Richard take us through the Ps. And these Ps will be covered within our master classes. And now each masterclass will be focusing, or perhaps each month or each quarter will be focusing on a particular P. So your discussions, your conversations, areas of learning will be within a particular P for that particular period. And we will be communicating which P should be focused on within a particular quarter, because there are 4 and we are running it for a period of 1 year. So within the first quarter, you'll be given the P that you will be discussing around or mentoring around, but that should not limit you within your circles. Remember, over and above the monthly meetings, now that you will have with us as the TST team or the team that is guiding you through this, and also to go through the reports, you have your weekly sessions within your circles. At least make them as frequent as at least once per week, so that you're able to now catch up with everyone. If you decide that you're going to have your one-on-one sessions or you're going to have group sessions, whichever way you decide to structure your circles, then of course you'll have the weekly opportunities, but within a month we'll expect some sort of a report from the teams so that we're able to see what progress you have made, and also to understand which areas you're having challenges, how connected you are as a team, and how synergy is playing out within that particular team. So yes, thank you so much, Jill, for taking us through that. The structure will become clearer once you start practicing it, and once now we identify from the mentors where perhaps the reporting challenges will be, what more we can capture in terms of data to give us insights that can help us improve the program as well, and to also guide us on how to support you better. So I believe that with that information on the Ps, and now that Jill has covered the structure a little bit and expectations on the reporting end, it is those reports that are going to direct us now to the graduation. And the graduation being the climax means there's learning that has taken place. We have all been committed for a period of 12 months. We have been actively engaging. We have been holding each other accountable, just like we have been advised by our speaker for the day. And we can see results at the end of the day. Our CVs will look much better. We will have better things to tell our supervisors. We'll have better ways to manage our teams because we have gone through the mentorship. And it is through now the graduation where you get your certificate to show that you have actually been committed. So we will be very keen on those reports, because those reports are the ones that are going to tell us who is going to graduate at the end of the day. So it is not just about being in a circle, or it's not just about being the mentor. It's not just about being the mentee. It is about how committed or how important was this program to you. So with that said, I think we will also be assigning a particular TST member that is a supporter to your group. So as the mentors of that group, you need to know who you need to reach out to for support, for quick fix when there's a particular challenge that you need fixed, or there's information that you need. But of course, that the calls or the communication through the WhatsApp groups and also through the Transcend email are also open for you to ensure that there's communication going on. I don't know whether at this point we have any comments or any questions that we might need answered before we progress to the next step, because I believe we have gone through the structure and we have the 4 Ps. We have now an idea of what the master classes are about and how they're structured, what will be needed for the reporting, and the reporting is what we'll use to evaluate and then lead on to graduation. If you have any questions about that section, kindly put them in the chats as I take the program back to Diana, our MC of the day, who's doing a pretty good job, as much as she says she's not been doing this. So, karibu, Diana.
Thank you, team, for the good work that we are doing and for giving back to the society. It is always rewarding. So in our next session, we are going, as you continue putting your questions on the chat, we are going to do a small exercise, an icebreaker before we close this launch. So I'm going to call each group. So the mentors need to be ready to say why they chose the name in very brief words, so that we are able to touch on the 14 groups. So we have 14 groups, and we are going to start with mentor number 1, group 1. Kindly say your name, put on your video. If you want the team also to put the video on so that we see the group members, this is your
Actually,
opportunity.
we can start with the group photo, so that now while they're introducing themselves, we already have them captured in the group photo. And we'll have Daniel. Daniel is part of the TST team and also part of the IHRM team that is at in this particular session. He's going to guide us on how we are going to do the screenshots or the group photos. I know we have quite a few pages to go through, so Dan, tell us how you want us to do this. I know we'll need to have our cameras on. Let's have our cameras on so that we have a group photo where we have faces instead of names. If you can put your face on camera, that will be perfect. As the mentors prepare to introduce their teams, as the mentors put their teams together and get their names right and tell us what the name of the group is, we'll move from group 1 all the way to group 14 so that we can have an idea of who we are dealing with. Beautiful faces. I know page 1, we only have one who's not on camera, that is Kelvin. Going to the other pages, we have people trying to put on some little makeup. Others are on the road. As long as we can see your face and we know you're present, that will be perfect. The pages are still populating. If we can keep those images coming, we will not judge. We just want to see your face. We just want to see your face on camera. Then if you can see everyone, you let us know when we need to start smiling. If you're yet to put your camera on, let us know. If you have a challenge also, let us know. Just your camera for a minute, we take the photo and then we keep going. Daniel, are we good?
Yes, we are good. I'm still taking photos. Let's continue opening the camera.
Beware, your photo might be taken at any point, so keep smiling until we are told we are good. You never know whether it's your image on the screen at the moment.
5, everyone is, no one has put on their camera.
Should I call names? Or are they even with us? Perhaps they just logged on and disappeared. Yeah, people are still coming on. As I said, we just want to see your face. We will not judge. Daniel, are we good?
Just a minute.
All right, we keep smiling.
Daniel, you can tell us who you're seeing on the screen so that we smile.
Keep the smile, keep the smile.
Dan, I think you're enjoying us. Unatumia kadunda.
I'm done.
Thank you so much, Daniel.
Catherine, I don't know, AI inasema meeting yako you have 2 minutes iishe.
Oh no. Daniel, can we extend the time? So that we can have the introductions.
I have extended.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Perfect. So Diana, now you can, you've seen your people. You have your evidence. So let
Yes.
us now proceed and have the mentors just quickly introduce their circles and perhaps tell us who's in their team. If they're here, they can just say hello. So I take it back to you.
Thank you, Catherine. So thank you so much for that session. Thank you, Daniel. We acknowledge your presence and your contribution to this program as well. So I'd like to start with group 1. They call themselves Elevate X. So Elevate X, this is the opportunity to shine. Let us see you guys. Mentor. Let's hear some background noise support. Woohoo. Where is the team? Good. Team.
Good evening, all.
We can't see you.
You want to see me? All right.
Yes.
Okay.
There you are.
There you go.
Okay.
Confidence.
All right, fine. Okay, so I'm from group 1 and our name is Elevate X. That is what we chose as our the group name. Huh? So we chose Elevate X because it speaks about growth, it speaks about energy and taking things to a new level, because we know that elevation is moving to the next level. And then we're not just here to grow, but we're also here to elevate one another.
Great. Short and sweet. Thank you. Okay, good. Group 2, Gurus and Giggles. Here you go. Group 2, Gurus and Giggles. They call themselves Giggles. Is it Giggles or Giggles? Group 2 Mentor. Who are we having representing the group? We are saving on time. Okay, if group 2 is not ready, are you group 2? Celestine? She has disappeared.
No, I'm group 1.
Group 1.
Okay, good. So if your group has been mentioned, you can close good. So group 3, Talent Connect 3. Let's have group 3. Where is your representative for this session?
Hello.
Hi, we can't see you.
Yeah, this is Rezogat. I'm here representing Team 3, Talent Connect 3. 3, of course, is from the third circle of the Transcend 3. But then about talent, we have experienced mentors who want to connect with the young talent. And we want the connect is what brings us together as we explore the P in the partnership. Yeah, so that we grow together and expand our network so that we can increase our network.
Thank you, Rose. And we can see you have a support system at the background. You're
New
growing
mentee.
some talents. Thank you, Group 3. On to Group 4, Golden Eagles. Golden Eagles. Let's save on time. Golden Eagles, Group 4. Okay, we move to Group 5, Legacy Mentors.
Group 4, I see Jemima Sadaka. If she can say something about the team. Is she there? Jemima?
They are online, but they're not there.
Hello.
Right.
We are present.
Yes?
Yes, we are.
Yes. Dr. Catherine.
Yes,
Hi,
we want to
Yes.
see you.
Hi,
There
everyone.
you
How
are.
are you?
Good.
Yeah, there we are with our name Golden Eagles. The driver for the names is the powerful vision that Eagles have, and that is what the dream of our group is. There is also the fearlessness, there is the tenacity and high flying ability. So those are our dreams that will do all that. Thank
Wow. Hey, okay, umeamua. Thank you.
Tumeamua.
Umeamua kutuonyesha. Legacy Mentors Group 5, if you're ready. Legacy
Hi, good
Mentors.
evening. Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Legacy, we have team. Team, if you're on call, just put on your camera. We have Benjamin, we have Christopher, Dr. Christopher, who is one of the mentors. We have Monica. I want to see their faces if it's possible. Then we have Josephine, who are with us, and others. We have Lincoln on the team. So why did we choose on Legacy Mentors? It's because we want to build a lasting impact, and we are not only talking to referring to the leaders who don't share knowledge, but we are here to share knowledge. We're here to inspire values. We're here to grow leaders who are going to impact future generations. So we believe in life after mentorship, Transcend 3.0. And after this, we believe we're going to be out there in the market and people are going to hear us because we will impact lives. Thank you.
Hey, well done. Thank you, Group 5. That was powerful. On to Group 6, Sparkle Circle. We have some sparkle in the house. Group 6, Sparkle Circle. You should be ready when I mention a group, you know you're next.
Yes, good evening. This is
Good
CHRP Eunice. I'm a member for Group 6. I would request our team maybe to put on your camera so that you may be seen. You know who we are. We sparkle the evening for everyone here. So the reason why we chose Sparkle Circle is the name symbolizes a vibrant, supportive community where each member shine collectively and individually. And the name again reflects shared growth, vibrance, and mutual empowerment. So that is who we are. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Eunice. Thank you, Group Sparkle. Way, sparkling. Thank you. Group 7, Talent Bloom. Let's see Group 7. We've already been sparkled. We are going back to the talent. We had Talent Connect. Now we have Talent Bloom. Let's hear the reason behind the name. Joseph, are you ready?
Yeah, I think we should be ready. Our group 7, can you come to the camera?
They are joining. Continue.
Okay. So Talent Bloom is the name we chose. Fortunately, a lot of creativity is shared in this cohort. A lot of the names we almost thought about were taken. So we settled with Talent Bloom. It was easy to eliminate the names that were already taken. This one is, it resonates with this renewed cohort that is better from previous cohorts. Richard, that's meant for you, by the way. So we believe that being a more polished cohort, we will have our talents blossoming, and bloom basically means growth for us, and we hope to see each other at the end grown and impacted lives beyond ourselves and beyond this team.
Thank you, Team Talent Bloom. That was Group 7, and we move to Group 8, Legacy Builders. We have Legacy Mentors, now we have Legacy Builders. Kompeni kali huko. We'll see this in action when we meet physically. Legacy Builders in the house. Are you ready? One, two. Yes. Vanice.
Yes, I'm not sure I'm audible. I'm on the road, so sorry. I won't be able to turn on my
hear you
video.
clearly.
So,
We can
yeah,
hear you.
so
clearly.
legacy build.
We've lost you, Vanice.
She's mute.
Yes. Vanice, we can't hear you. You're on mute.
Yeah, sorry. Oh God. Sorry. Me now.
We can. Yes, we can hear you. You're on mute again. We can't hear you. Okay, let's move to 9.
Good evening.
Vanice? Yes,
Good
Rebecca.
evening. Yes.
Good evening.
Yes. My name is Dr. Rebecca Maina, representing Synergy 9. That is our brand name. And this embodies additional value that will emerge from us creating a powerful coalition. And it all reflects alliance, coalition, collaboration, teamwork, partnership. So I want to call upon Synergy 9 in the house. Where are you, team? Synergy 9, where are you? Synergy 9.
Tara, I think I'm one of the mentors.
Yes.
And I've been a bit silent, and right now I'm in Mombasa. It's too hot, even I don't have a shirt.
We
so
can
don't
see
worry.
that.
I've gone
Interesting.
for a small meeting, and then I'm finalizing on administering the examinations, but from Saturday, I'll be very vibrant and synergic, as the name goes by. Thank you.
Thank you. Where are the other mentees? I think that is my fellow mentor. Where the mentees? Where the Synergy 9
We
group
can see them
members?
saying hi.
We are here, Tari.
Well
Great.
done, well done.
Thank you.
We won't time to introduce them individually today. but
Yes,
the
thank
team is so responsive. Group 9, wow. Thank you,
Thank you.
Daktari. Good. Group 10? Group 10, quickly.
Well, hi
Pathfinders.
everyone. This is Group 10. We are the Pathfinders Ascent Circle. So my team members, please, I need to see you on camera as we agreed. Can I see you, please?
Christine is saying hi. Jason, we see you.
Yes. So my team members basically Jason, Hafsa, Rachel, Viola, Winnie, and Christine. And my fellow mentor is Nelly. She's not in the meeting at the moment. She was there, but she stepped down for a minute. I hope. Oh, by now she will not be back, but I'm going to update her on what happened. So basically, our name, Pathfinders Ascent Circle. Pathfinders, we all know, means going ahead of others and to find the best way for everyone to be able to follow. And then, of course, ascend, to rise, to go up, to climb up. So basically, that is what our name means. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you, Diana.
Thank you, Mercy. Ish. Okay, we are in for a good ride. I'm so excited. Looking forward to seeing you guys accomplish the reasons behind your names. Group 11, we have a hub in the house, HR Impact Hub. Is that Dismas? Are you in the group? We see Group 11, where are you? Who is
Yes, I am.
representing
This
you?
is Dismas. I saw Angela, who is my commenter earlier. I thought she would be taking this. I'm not sure whether she is still in the call. The group is called the HR Impact Hub. We have 6 mentees, that is Martha, Marilyn, Samuel, Agri, Scholastica, and Justice. I'd seen a few of them earlier. I'm not sure they're still here. Maybe if they are here, they can just wave on
Yes,
their...
Christmas, we are here.
Oh,
Hi.
Angela, you're here. Hi.
Yes, please. Yes, I am. Hi.
I thought you'll be taking this.
It's okay. I'm here to support you. Don't worry.
Exactly, yeah. So HR Impact Hub is basically we want to create an impact in our relationships, in our networks, and basically to create an impact on the entire HR profession and industry. So that is why we have that name. I think I've gotten it. Maybe if Angela, you want to say something?
You got it very well. Yes, you mentioned we're in the HR space, here to create impact by transforming lives and through connections and networks. You're very right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Group 11, HR Impact Hub. We move to Group 12, the Vault. Group 12, hao ndo watakuwa wana to recharge. The Vault. Group 12.
Good evening.
Quickly. Good evening,
Good evening.
Daktari.
Good evening.
We can hear you.
Yeah. Thank you. I hope my team members are joining in the video. The name default actually means a safe place where valuables are stored. Now it means we are a source of ideas, a source of knowledge, and also we create value with consistency. Yeah, my commenter is Maria Simiyu. If she's around, she can say something.
Can say hi.
Thank you. If they
have...
are around, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Ambrose. That is Group 12. Group 13, we have one more, Group 13. Please pronounce that word for us. Gallant. Group 13. Group 14, be ready.
Good evening. This is Solomon Kiawa representing Group 13, the Gallant. My commenter is Frida. I thought she was on call. And the Gallant comes from the spirit that the team has, the spirit of bravery, heroism, and courage to achieve. The focus is for everyone to make it, and we'll only make it if each one is gallant, brave, strong, and spirited. So members of Group 13 on call, kindly let's have video on. Yes,
They
there's
are
Milka.
waving. They are waving on the chat. We can see them on the chat.
So thank you, and on to a great journey ahead.
Thank you, Solomon. Yes, we are all reaching the end, so we are not leaving anyone behind unless you choose so. Group 14, close this up for us, Sage and Spark.
Hi.
Group 14, yes, we should see you all.
Please join the call my group, saving the last best for the last. This is group 14. My name is Jackie. I'm a mentor. I don't know if Mr. Muya is on call. He was going for another meeting. And my other mentor is called Jane. I don't know if she's on call. My group members, I hope we are all here. I can't see smiles. Thank you, Beth. There's Beatrice, Collins, Faith, Terry, Gladys, Valerie, and Joy. We are Sage and Sparks. Why are we sparking and saging? Because we believe we have profound wisdom that we are all bringing to the table, and that we are going to use this wisdom to the benefit of all of us, known and unknown. We'll discover it in our journey. And in addition to that, we come with intense feelings and value addition, no matter who we are, whether we are mentees or mentors, to make a difference, not just in this 1 year, but in the lifetime to come going forward. Thank you. Thank you, my team.
Thank you. Thank you, Jackie. And we close that with Team 14, Sage and Spark. What great names we have with great and very deep meanings. I hope the teams will take this to heart and will reflect on these names to the end. I think we've come to the close of the launch, and we were told officially Transcend 3.0 is officially launched. Team, we are so excited, and mentors, mentees, you have a lot of work to do for the next 1 year. You will be stretched, you will be nourished, and you will be challenged. But at the end of the year, we are going to be better people, and our CVs will be looking great. Our LinkedIn profiles will have added value, and we look forward to unlocking better jobs at the end of this, better connections, better relationships. Catherine, I say Damaris. I know for me, I want to end with a prayer. I don't know, Damaris or Grace Nzula. Nzula, we've not seen you. I've missed you on this chat, on these sessions. Where are you? Just say hi. Grace, if you're still there.
Yes, I have been here and following, and I'm really excited to see 3.0 take inaitwa kung'oa nanga. And
Yes.
I'm looking forward to an exciting time, and just seeing the growth in the people. And congratulations, Diana, for a job well done. I think at this rate, you're giving competition to the moderator of choice. You've done a very good job. So congratulations to you and Catherine as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We are humbled. Catherine, do you want to say something before we close with a word of prayer? Damaris will do that.
All right. For me, is just to first of all appreciate you for being such a great co-host. It has been fun doing this with you. And as we come to a close, I have been sharing a link on the chats for today's registration for everybody just to put in their name so that we know you're present, and we can put that in our records that you were here for the launch as we started this particular journey. I've also been very excited to hear the names and to see that we actually have groups that have come together and have identified names that are going to be holding them together until the end of this journey. So we have seen who that mentors are. The mentees are excited to come and just support their mentors also as they introduce them. And that is quite a good start, because in the last cohorts, we found that some teams started, but they did not have the spirit to get to the end. And it will be quite exciting to see a whole 14 cohort circles graduating in cohort 3. That will be a great achievement for everyone who has been on this call today. And I'm also very excited to see that we have had our vision bearers on board until the end. Madam Kuresha has been with us throughout. She's been actively appreciating us in the chats. She's appreciating you, Diana, for doing a job well done as an excellent moderator. She's been appreciating Richie, who was here talking about the 4Ps. She's appreciated Jill for taking us through that as well. The names that caught her attention as well, all of them are quite exciting. And we are looking forward to that particular engagement and to see what comes out of it. Who we are today is not who we are going to be 12 months from now. And I'm really looking forward to that graduation. So for me, it's just to encourage us all. If you want to go back and listen in to what was said today, we do have this recorded. It is on our YouTube channel. I think I should be able to share that link in the chat so that you can perhaps at your own time just go back and reflect. Whenever you feel your energies are draining, you can go back and reflect and see, where did we start? What brought us together, and why are we on this journey? And then we can be revamped to keep going and just keep that fire burning whenever we feel like we are a bit weary. And as you look at through the YouTube channel as well, you realize we also have a podcast where you can also get inspiration from other leaders, perhaps on topical areas that you'll be mentoring each other on. You have resources that you can reach out to over and above the support that will be given you as the TST group that will be steering this particular program. And do not hesitate to just reach out whenever you feel a bit weary. We are here to keep this bus moving, and we'll ensure it has the fuel that it requires to keep going. So thank you so much also for the support team, the TST team that has worked this journey up to where we are at. It's a pat on the back for each and every one of us for the support to get us to a point where we can say we have a program that we are launching, a full cohort of 14 circles. So let us also congratulate each other and appreciate ourselves for getting ourselves here. And we really appreciate you, everyone, the 112 of us on this particular call, for being up to this moment. We have extended by almost half an hour, and we are still here, still excited, still keeping the energy. And I really appreciate each and every one of us. From me, it's Asante Sana. Let us register for today's session. And as I take it back to Diana so that she can now close for us, she has been a wonderful MC, and I really appreciate her for making this pretty easy and fun for me to do. So thank you so much, Diana. Thank you everyone on the call, to our guest speaker. If you're still with us, we really appreciate your nuggets, and everybody else who shared within this particular call. To the vision bearers, we really do appreciate you for creating this particular platform. Thank you so much, Diana. Back to you. Have a lovely evening, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, Catherine. Have a lovely evening to you as well with your family. And Maris has not spoken, and Maris.
There's a name we have forgotten to mention, and that's Najda. She's been very key to this particular program to get us here. The trainings that we have gone through, it's unfortunate that she's not been able to join us this evening, but she has been very keen to take us through the mentorship that we have already gone through in terms of the programs. The mentors program, we already had that, and we also had the trainees program. So let us really appreciate her for her efforts as well. Sorry about that, Diana.
Thank you. We mentioned her during when we started. So she had passed her apologies because she's not feeling well and she's taking care of her babies. So we acknowledged her and we still acknowledge her as we end the meeting. Damaris. Damaris.
Yes, here I
Damaris?
am, Diana. I don't know. You're looking for me and I'm right here.
Yes, please
Well
bless us
done,
as we
well
end
done.
and as we start.
That's such an amazing job. And finally, like it's finally happening. We are so excited, including myself. And well, I think like they say, when you put a date to something, it will definitely happen. So what a beautiful beginning to what promises. Like you said, we started in a meeting and here we are having kicked off a whole Transcend 3.0. It's a journey. It's amazing. I'm impressed myself, to say the least. So you've said I do prayer, is that correct?
Yes. We
So I'm
started
not going
with a
to,
prayer and we end with a prayer.
yes,
Do you?
because I think it's a good tradition to do that. So I'm not going to go into the appreciations. I think Catherine has done a good job. The TST team, the sponsor, which is IHRM, through the chair, through the ED, the collaborator, Passion Profit, Frida, amazing, all TST members and all the support teams. I mean, it's been amazing. And now we have already mentees and mentors here to kick off this journey. So I'll just say probably one thing before I commit this to God. So to our mentees, you have said yes to more than mentorship. I think that one you can interpret in many words, like you've had. To our mentors, it's going to be a journey. You continue to model generosity from where I sit because you need time and a big heart. And as we prepare to step in, it's a 12-month journey. We expect the best as we put in our expectations. So allow me to pray. For those who still need to know my name is Damaris. I support the Transcend through TST. That's where we all do this with the rest of the leadership teams. And I'm also a director, organization development and learning. I enable cultures for organizations, just for a brief. So let us all pray and we commit this to God, all the journey we have said, so that we can be able to start this all very well. Okay, so let us pray. Father, we thank you for this incredible beginning. We speak blessing over every mentor, every mentee, and every session ahead. Grant us wisdom, unity, resilience, and joy in this journey. May this be a space of growth, discovery, and impact. We dedicate Transcend 3.0 into your hands. And we believe that this journey is going to be transformative, fulfilling, and immense in terms of growth for each one of us. May we look more like the names we have given our circles, that we may be able to manifest our visions even through our names, our expectations, and the goals that made us join Transcend. And I pray this through Christ our Lord. Amen. I wish you all the
Amen.
best. Let's start this.
Amen.
Let's do this because it's finally
Amen.
certainty.
Thank you.
Amen and amen.
Thank you.